All right, so let's start again. Hi, everybody. I'm so happy that you have made it here, and welcome. My name is Stefan Fabri. I'm grateful that you feel called to spend this hour dedicated to the women in Iran and their families and loved ones. They are fighting right now for their freedom. And I'm also grateful for all those energies that have led you all to come here at this moment to participate in this meditation. This is a live public session, so please stay muted throughout the session so that only I am visible as the speaker in the recording. You can turn off your video. In fact, it's better if you do, because if you move around, that might distract me from focusing on what I'm doing here. So thank you for that. We'll start with a short introduction so you know what to expect. This intro is going to take about 5 minutes. We'll continue on with a prayer of protection before we dive into the 5 to 10 minute long visualization for the women in Iran and their families. And during that meditation, we'll focus on a drawing to help us stay on the same plane. Now, afterwards, we'll go into a live channeled song, and that may take 10 to 20 minutes. I really don't know. Then we'll have a few minutes of silence, and I'm pretty sure that we'll be done in latest 45 minutes, but not longer than 60 minutes altogether. During the visualization, I ask you for all of us to keep the women in Iran and their families in our hearts, and we will focus on a piece of art, a drawing that I made that represents the spirit of humanity. It's the spirit essence of that which all of us human beings share without exception. This focus on this drawing helps us to create a shared vision of freedom and love for the people in Iran. There will be then that channeled song that I mentioned, and let me explain what channeling is from my perspective. The channel sets him or herself into a state of receptiveness and then requests and receives information and perceptions that are not available under normal circumstances. Now, this is a guided healing meditation, so therefore bring your whole spirit to it, and to make the best of the session, make yourself comfortable and eliminate all distractions. Turn off the phones, ringers, reminders, all of that, and get yourself a headset, ideally, so that you can hear all the nuances. During the channeling, I will sing in Romanian, and later there will be a translation on the website. During the singing, hold in your hearts the effects of the visualization, which we will have done by that time. Or close your eyes and ride the wave of the sounds and the vibrations that come to you during the channeling, during the singing. You may get your own visions and perceptions in that time, and just be open to it. And who knows, if you have the energy or inspiration, you may even find yourself dance or sing along to it, but please stay muted. Since this is a healing meditation, we will focus primarily on the women in Iran and their loved ones who get into the streets and protest the brutality that they are systematically exposed to currently, and actually for 40 years. Now, please hold their courageous hearts in your attention, and we'll do the best we can to see them in their freedom, to see all the people in Iran in an awakened state. And we'll include into the healing the group of men who are labeled as oppressors. How could we heal as a humanity if we don't see them in their freedom from the darkness that has been pounded into their hearts from day one? I know it is indeed very hard to love thy enemy, and it is an old teaching, as you know, but we can do it, and we must do it as a species. So now, simply sit back and let's get started with a prayer. And I'm going to share that picture after that prayer of protection. Actually, I'm going to share it now, sorry. One moment. So I'm staying fully focused on this. All right. Here we go. You can voice this prayer of protection after me in your own tone of voice. I have learned this prayer of protection from Paul Zelig, who is a channeler that I respect very highly for his extraordinary work of integrity. So I'm voicing this prayer of protection, first of all, to set up a mood, a shared template of mood here, and also to protect myself from any interferences. So now we'll start with the prayer. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the Spirit of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And so it is. And now, repeat after me if you wish to. May I be open only for those energies and information that are to my highest good in the perfect amount needed for my evolution and healing at this time. Let's get started with a visualization. I would like you to take a look at this drawing on the screen here and look at the center of it for a while, maybe for a few seconds or half a minute, just that little one spot there. And notice that somehow it comes alive when you look at that center. And somehow it starts to move and shift. And as you start to watch that motion happening, or that something sticking out more than something else in that drawing, become aware that this is a drawing that was made. I made it, but I was guided when I made it, and afterwards I realized that this is the spirit of humanity represented as this healing disc of light. And the spirit of humanity in its essence is a pure, loving, compassionate, playful, curious, adaptable, exploratory spirit, and loving. It knows itself through all the bodies that it has on this planet. And each of the bodies of humanity, each of the bodies of this spirit has a heart, and the shining light of this spirit shines in each individual heart on this planet with no exceptions. In every human being on this planet, the spirit of humanity is alive, shining there in that heart, regardless of if the individual bodies and people remember that, are aware of that or not. It shines in those bodies, in all the bodies on this planet, because if it wouldn't, those bodies wouldn't exist. So each of these bodies has a heart, and each of these hearts holds the light of spirit of humanity. No matter how small that light is, no matter how hidden and buried it may be, it is there. It cannot not be there. Now this healing disk of light that made its way onto paper on its own accord, using a human body, is now here for us to focus and to have some form of a vision of the spirit of humanity. And I would like to invite you now to, best you can, start to see this healing disk of light, the spirit of humanity shining inside your own heart. Right here in this heart of yours that you feel, or maybe even hear how it beats in your chest, in that steady rhythm. And this healing disk of light is in your heart. This one little heart that gives you life every day, gives you the ability to love, to feel sadness and grief, to cry, to heal, to be in your fire, and to take decisive action, the action of connecting to something greater, something larger than the mind could ever conceive of. This heart of yours in your chest, this center of love, it's the center of love of the spirit of humanity. And the spirit of humanity is a creation of that mysterious force that has no name, that is unnameable, although we human beings gave it so many names throughout history. It's unfathomable, ungraspable, unlimitable, and that is where the spirit of humanity came from, created by, sustained by, fed by, and created right now, in this moment, every moment. And now, in your inner eye, as you're allowing this drawing to be more and more alive here in front of you, as you're focusing on that little point there, effortlessly. You don't need effort. Just easily look there. And let it talk to you. And as you do that, start to see it in your inner eye, inside your own heart. This healing disk of the spirit of humanity, shining warm and bright in all its magnificent, miraculous, mysterious, and divine qualities, overflowing with that joy of its own self-awareness, of an aspect of that mysterious force that people call the divine. And as this is inside your heart, you see how all notions of limitations, like definitions of what is allowed to be and what is not allowed to be, get melted in this light. And you allow yourself gradually, as you wish to, if you wish to be more and more receptive for this healing disk of light to be in your heart, only if you wish to, and only if you're ready. And as you allow yourself, to your own degree, to be filled in your heart by this healing disk of light that shines its beautiful light in all directions, through its arms and through its radiance, I would like you to do one thing right now. Now I would like you to grab with your hand, one of your hands, the right hand maybe, grab one of those arms, the one that is up there, and you see above that arm there is an outlet or a feeding, something that has something nourishing in there, that yellow spot, and plug it in there. Take it with your hand and plug it in. Do that motion. Imagine that you're plugging it in right above your head there, a little bit to your right maybe. And you've plugged in one of these arms. And what is in those outlets? There is an infinite supply of everything that we ever need. All that is needed, all that, which we call in our human language love, that vibration is plentiful, unlimited, ever rejuvenating, available in those little outlets with infinite supply in there. And now take the next arm to your left a little bit there and grab it and put it into the other one that is more to the left, and plug it in and feel it, see it, sense it. Or if you can't see, feel, or sense it, think that it's in there. It doesn't matter how you come to this infinite nourishment. The path doesn't matter. What matters is that you come. And now there is another arm here more to the right. Take the next one that you haven't taken yet and plug it in to the one that is a little bit to the right and diagonal above you. And feel it, sense it, and know it plugged in. And also, you may feel already that nourishment, that enough of everything that you ever need starting to flow through those arms already now. I would like you now to grab with your other arm the opposite side, the fourth one, and plug it into the fourth outlet over there. And you know where we're going with this. We're going to plug in all these arms one by one, gently, carefully, and in our receptiveness, in our kindness towards ourselves, allowing ourselves to receive all that we may have never received or we may have never been aware of receiving. And now we go to the next one on the right that is roughly in the middle. Grab that arm and plug it in into that outlet as well, gently, in your own time, if you wish. There is no need to do anything that you're not ready for. But if you wish, plug it in. And now go to the left. Grab that opposite arm there on the left in the middle and plug it into that outlet, the yellow one, nicely feeling how this endless supply of, let's call it divine nourishment of exactly what you need right now in your life comes in through that arm as well. And then we go further down, a little bit more right diagonal. We grab that arm and we plug it in the corresponding outlet, funnel, nourishment, and we go more to the left, that other arm that is not plugged in yet, and we plug it in the left, slightly below the middle there. And we have 3 more arms left that we're going to plug in one by one. Grab the one that you want to plug in the slightly right diagonal there, and let it insert itself happily into that outlet, starting to receive, and then go to the one, the left lower diagonal, and plug that one in, easily, gently, knowing that you're safe, that you're receiving exactly what you need, and nothing more, nothing else. And now the last one in the middle. Go ahead and plug that one in the middle, down, perpendicular down there roughly. And for a moment rejoice. Sit back and feel that your own healing disc of light is plugged in into the infinity that is all present, omnipresent, everywhere at all times, in infinite supply, ever replenishing. And for these moments here, let yourself soak up, soak up, soak up, soak up, soak up, as much as you need. And as you feel that in your hearts, or as you see it in your hearts, or as you think it in your hearts, as you sense it, as you perceive it, whichever way, allow yourself for a moment, just this moment of being home in the midst of this eternity that surrounds us. Allow yourself, give yourself permission, just for now, a little bit, during this visualization only. Give it all to yourself. Soak it up as much as you can. And as you may rejoice in that unlimited supply of exactly what you need right now, as you rejoice now, I want you to bring your inner eye to that country that we're gathering here about today, and see all the hearts of those women who are so brave to get out on the street in spite of what horrifying things await them there. Their teenage daughters, their husbands, their sons, their cousins, everybody who gathers on the street to face with that little spark of hope in their hearts that they are able to do it. These women and their families and their loved ones, each single one of them, let's see them having this healing disk of light in their hearts, and let them be nourished. All of those women who are calling for their freedom, and all of those women who are too afraid to call for their freedom, but they are longing in their hearts to have this shining light emanate from their hearts freely. Let's see them plugged in the same way that we know ourselves plugged in into this infinite nourishment right now. And imagine one woman. Maybe you've seen a picture of one woman, one face that you may remember, or a name that you may think of a woman who lives in Iran, or a woman, if you don't know one, then a woman who has lived in Iran, or a woman whose ancestors lived in Iran, and bring that person to your internal eye and hold them in your heart and let them be nourished by that nourishment that is endlessly coming into your heart right now. Let that heart of that one woman, let it be the heart of the woman in Iran, which is all the women in Iran. All women want and need this freedom in their hearts. Let them have it. Let us be their conduit for these moments, so that they find that resilience and the fortitude that is an aspect of the heart in their own hearts, facing the darkness around them with such power, with such love, the love of infinity itself charging their hearts with such infinite power that darkness and fear and all those other low vibrational frequencies cannot stand that light anymore. They have to scurry away. And now, as we're allowing ourselves to be a conduit available for all those women in Iran who are longing for the same thing that we are receiving right now, let's see their daughters, their husbands, their families, and all those who unite with them in their desire for freedom, for a normal life, for the luxury of a normal life, so that they can express their love. And as we allow those people as well to nourish themselves on this infinite supply that is available to us here infinitely available for them as well. It will never run out. And we will be constantly rejuvenated and nourished as we are available for those people in these ways, easily, safely. And as these people are being lifted by us in their light, in their love, in their hearts, in their spirit of humanity, in their being an aspect of infinity, and in their remembering of themselves as such, let's take a leap and take the same vision, and let's see the group of men we call the oppressors, and see that they also have a heart. They also have a human heart and a human spark, no matter how we would judge their actions, no matter how horrifying we qualify their actions to be. They have a human heart, and they have a human spark, and they have the spark of spirit in their hearts. And as they see that spark of spirit, and even if they don't see it, and most of them don't, but now let's see it for them. Let's give them one advantage of trust. Give them one little spark of light. Let us see them for a moment, themselves, remembering themselves as human beings, remembering themselves in their humanity, remembering themselves in their ability to actually love and be recipients and conduits for this which we are doing right now. If we see that possibility in their hearts, without knowing they have been touched, if we see that possibility in their hearts, without imposing upon them, we give them a chance to see something that they have never seen in their lives. A miracle. The miracle of realizing their own humanity and remembering it. The miracle of aligning themselves to their own spirit that has been lost forever, for centuries, for millions of years of darkness that has been dominating this planet. And now them seeing this light as the spirit of humanity gets active, as a recipient of this light, shining in all those hearts, millions of hearts of every kind in Iran. No heart forgotten, each heart included. Let's hold them in our love, because they are our brothers and sisters, no matter how lost they may be. And the more we see them in their light, the higher the chances that they can find themselves. And those men who have the power, they will stop giving orders that are detrimental to other people. So for the next 2 or 3 breaths, just relish being in this infinite supply, so much so there is no shortage, so much so that you can share it freely with millions of people without ever running out. Without ever running out. Feel that profusion, that amplitude, that plenitude, that enoughness, crystallizing, fluidifying, flowing, flying, jumping, dancing, singing through you, because that's what life is. And you can relax, you can close your eyes if you want to. As we come to the end of this visualization, just keep the vibration in your memory. This channeled song, I don't know what it's going to say. I suspect it's going to somehow say something about the people in Iran, but I don't know how, I don't know what images, I don't know what words they're going to use. Those forces, those energies that come through this song. So as you wish, keep gazing at this drawing, seeing it in the hearts of the people in Iran. Or if you want to relax, just close your eyes, sit back, or lay down, even whatever is right for you. But try to stay present with the song, with the vibration of it. It is called You the Stars, Voi Stelele. And this is a healing song that I received in ceremonies, in healing ceremonies. Voi stelele acum eu vă chem pe voi aici în camera asta mică în care eu sunt în corpul ăsta omenesc, că eu sunt o rază de lumină. Și dacă eu acum îmi amintesc că și eu sunt o rază, de acum eu îmi amintesc de unde vin și de aceea eu cânt cântecul acesta care vine din inima mea, unde e o rază de lumină. Și aici în inima mea, unde crește raza asta de lumină, răspândește-te acum prin corpul meu, cu viziunile stelelor care sunt aici în jurul meu, în infinitatea asta întunecată, întunerică, în jurul meu, în care voi străluciți cu fiecare rază de lumină. Și acum voi auziți vocea asta omenească pe pământul ăsta mic, în camera asta mică, când eu cânt acum în vocea asta omenească, este cântecul al unei raze de lumină. Și acum eu vă chem pe voi stelele, cu viziunile voastre, să veniți aici în corpul ăsta, să folosiți vocea asta omenească ca să răspândiți viziunile voastre care vin cu razele voastre de lumină. De aceea eu acum eu sunt aici în corpul ăsta mic, că eu am venit aici pe pământul ăsta mic din infinitate, că o steaua care m-a trimis aici am de viață în celulele mele mici, ca să fiu aici pe pământ într-o viață de o rază de lumină. Și acum cum eu îmi amintesc că eu vin din infinitatea asta care e în jurul meu aici, eu acum mă fac available, eu mă fac disponibil pentru viziunile voastre infinite de lumină. cu viziunile voastre voi, stelele, când veniți din depărtare. Eu acum, eu vă văd aici răspândite pe cerul ăsta infinit, voi acolo străluciți ca razele, multe bilioane infinite de raze de lumină. Și când eu acum vă aștept, că am trimis afară acum chemarea asta, ca să voi mă auziți aici jos, pe pământul ăsta mic, aici, în infinitatea asta, în mijlocul spațiului ăsta întuneric, unde sunt așa de multe corpuri ale voastre, al stelelor răspândite peste tot pământul ăsta mic. Ea e o rază de lumină și pământul ăsta mic care îmi dă corpul ăsta omenesc, ea însăși ea e o rază de lumină. Și acum eu sunt aici un corp omenesc, un corp pământesc, un corp al stelelor de undeva din infinitate. Și eu chem la mine acum stelele, cu viziunile voastre vindecătoare de lumină. Și acum voi auziți chemarea asta omenească, că omenirea acum e pregătită să se unească într-o voce unită și ea, omenirea, cheamă acum în infinitate ajutorul vostru cu razele voastre de lumină. Și omenirea asta care trăiește în corpurile pământești, spiritul ăsta omenesc cu numele de intim manifestat aici pe pământ, în bilioanele de corpuri omenești care toate sunt raze de lumină. Dar voi stelele, voi ați călătorit de departe prin spațiul ăsta infinit și voi ați venit aici pe pământ de mult timp în trecut. Voi ați ajuns aici cu razele voastre infinite de lumină. Fiecare raza voastră a venit aici pe pământ, așa de multe raze, fiecare rază creează o celuliță mică într-un corp omenesc, așa de multe stele sunt aici afară, în infinitatea asta, fără limitații. Voi care ați venit aici să creeți celulile omenești cu razele voastre de lumină. Dar acum eu văd cum voi, prin timpul ăsta fără sfârșit, voi ați venit și ați intrat în spațiul pământului de mult timp în trecut. Când voi ați venit aici, voi ați creat corpurile omenești, ca și toate corpurile ce trăiesc aici pe pământ, cu razele voastre infinite și divine de lumină. Și când voi ați creat oamenii care au trăit din multe veacuri aici pe pământ, de multe ani, de mulți ani, de milioane de ani, noi suntem aici pe pământ creați de la razele voastre de lumină. Și voi stelele acolo unde voi străluciți lumina voastră infinită, voi sunteți sursa asta de lumină infinită care vă creează cu lumina ei, care e o rază infinită de lumină. Și acum raza asta infinită de lumină care a hrănit fiecare celuliță într-un corp omenesc, de când noi oamenii trăim aici pe pământ. Cu razele voastre de lumină voi ați creat fiecare celulă omenească și așa de multe celule, așa de multe stele sunt peste tot și este aici corpul omenesc, un om de lumină. Dă voi stelele încărcate cu puterea Spiritului Infinit, cu lumina creatoarei voastre, voi călătoriți acum și aduceți aici încărcarea voastră, că să aduceți aici lumină la oamenii care sunt aici pe pământ și toți oamenii se bucură să vadă razele voastre de lumină. Omenirea care e aici acum gata să se unească și să primească lumina voastră aici în inimile noastre omenești. Noi, oamenii ce trăim aici pe pământ, acum timpul nostru a venit să ne trezim la infinitatea care strălucește în inimile noastre, să ne amintim de unde noi venim, ce ne-a făcut și unde noi mergem în viața noastră omenească pe pământ, pe pământul ăsta mic, care e însăși ea o rază de lumină. Și noi oamenii pe pământ, când noi trăim aici, noi suntem aici înconjurați de multe obstacole și de multe spirite al întunericului, care spirite au uitat că cândva când ele au fost create, ele au fost o rază de lumină. Și eu, corpul omenesc global, corpul omenesc planetar, cu numele meu inti, eu sunt aici un spirit al creatoarei mele, care e o rază infinită de lumină, care i-am dă viață, care i-am dă inima mea omenească în bilioane de corpuri de lumină. Da, eu sunt aici acum în corpurile mele și acum eu vă rog pe voi, stelele, să aduceți voi lumina voastră care e divină, să o aduceți acum pe pământ, că ne trebuie acum o lumină divină ca să ne ajute în inimile noastre omenești. Că în corpul meu omenesc, eu, spiritul inti, eu îmi amintesc că eu sunt o rază de lumină. Da, eu, spiritul al omenirii, eu vă cer acum, eu vă rog pe voi, stelele din infinitate, să vă uniți într-o rază mare, groasă și puternică de lumină, ca să voi străluciți și îndreptați acum raza voastră mare de lumină pe pământul ăsta mic și să înconjurați pământul ăsta în raza voastră din fiecare direcție, în așa un fel că întunericul să nu mai poată să trăiască aici pe pământ, că acum eu, inti, spiritul omenirii, eu îmi amintesc că eu sunt o rază de lumină. Și când sunt aici pe pământ, eu acum vă rog să îndreptați raza voastră asta unită cu lumina voastră divină, sfântă, infinită, veșnică, care nu se termină, care este ea infinită aici, către țara asta care are numele de Iran. Uită-te acolo, uitați-vă acum la oamenii care ei trăiesc acolo în Iran. În Iran sunt femeile curajoase cu inimile lor pline de o rază de lumină. Da, femeile, femeile multe curajoase care sunt acolo afară în stradă cu inimile lor vulnerabile, pline de iubire și gata să se lupte pentru libertatea lor. Femeile aștia ele se bucură să primească de la voi o infinită și divină rază de lumină. De aceea eu vă rog acum pe voi, spiritele al stelelor, cu lumina voastră sfântă să o îndreptați aici la fiecare inimă al femeilor din Iran, că ele sunt toate raze de lumină. Și de aceea acum uitați-vă, acum cu lumina voastră puternică, îndreptată prin inimile lor puternice și curajoase, care ele au afară acolo pe străzile în care ele se luptă pentru liberarea lor, pentru libertatea lor, că ele sunt toate oameni de lumină. Și cu razele voastre duceți-vă la fiicile lor, la fetele și la bărbații care le suportă cu iubirea lor, cu curajul lor acolo în țara asta unde leptul, unde lupta este așa de puternică pentru liberarea lor, și aduceți voi în întunericul acesta lumina voastră concentrată, care este ea divină, îndreptată acum înspre inimile alea care toate sunt întunecate, inimile oamenilor, bărbaților ce au uitat că ei sunt raze de lumină. Cu raza voastră puternică, infinită și sfântă și divină, voi veniți acum și uitați-vă la oamenii aceștia ai mei, corpurile mele omenești, corpurile mele omenești care au fost așa de pline de suferire și suferă acum de durere, de absența spiritului lor, ce au pierdut spiritul lor din corpul lor și sunt plini de spiritele întunerice care au uitat că și ele sunt raze de lumină. Și de acum eu vă rog să intrați în oamenii aceștia care s-au întunecat, care au fost întunecați peste veacuri multe de milioane multe, și duceți-vă înapoi în trecut și toate generațiile ce au fost în întuneric, aduceți acum raza voastră infinită, sfântă, de puternică lumină infinită, și care e ea înșăs raza creatoarei de lumină. Și toate generațiile care au suferit în țara asta, unde inimile cer acum pentru lumina voastră stelele, voi veniți cu raza voastră infinită de lumină, străluciți prin inimile lor, acum voi chemați, voi eu vă chem să veniți, să fiți aici, să vindecați, să tămăduiți toate suferințele oamenilor și să umpluți inimile lor cu lumina voastră infinită, care este răspândită în inimile oamenilor de lumină, care sunt corpurile mele și ei tot sunt raze de lumină. Dar acolo în corpurile aștia care suferă de întunericul din veacuri aștia multe, acum voi razele veniți aici și vindecați toate suferințele, toate rănile ce ei au suferit prin istoria asta foarte lungă, de unde suferința a început din milioane de ani. Acum voi sunteți aici cu razele voastre sfânte de lumină. Și acum aici veniți cu lumina voastră, străluciți în întunerica atmosferă atmosferă al țării ăștia care se numește Iran. Aduceți înapoi lumina, aduceți înapoi lumina care este sfântă unde e. Trebuie să fie în țara asta în oamenii care trebuie să aibă lumina asta în inimile lor, ca să-și amintească că și ei sunt oameni de lumină. We'll take around 3 minutes in silence. To respect everybody's time, I'm stopping the timer now. And I would like, in closing, just to thank you for being here. And I'm gonna stop the recording in a moment so we can say goodbye afterwards. And for those people who have participated in this meditation as a recording, please take this beautiful light that has grown in this meditation and see it inside yourself and inside the people who need to be free. All of the people who need to be free. I thank you and I respect you and I love you and I wish you to walk in beauty through your life. Take care.